Hello everybody, Michael here for Tactica Imperialis with episode 5 of Codex Analysis Orks. Today we are doing the fast attack section. If you missed any of the previous 4 episodes, make sure to click the links in the description to catch up. Episode 1 will cover special rules, episode 2 was the HQ and psychic disciplines as well as much of the war gear list, episode 3 troops as well as the dedicated transports, which I'm also going to cover again today, and episode 4 was the elites. So the fast attack section was always my favourite section of the Ork Codex, mainly because it contained warbikers, because I was a big fan of Wildaka Gutsmech. He is no longer in the Codex, but it also contained Stormboys and formerly boss Zagstruck, and Copters, who I got from Assault on Blackreach and so use very, very regularly. So I've got a bit of a penchant for fast attacking Orks, so let's have a look at them, shall we? First unit in fast attack is one from episode 3, that's the truck. Now I reviewed it as a transport, but as a standalone fast attack, it's a 30 point, armor 10 all round, 3 hull point BS2 vehicle that doesn't really do that much. I mean, it's best used as a transport vehicle, but if you don't want to, you could equip it with a rocket launcher and a wrecking ball to try and kill some vehicles, or you could use it and with maybe a reinforced ram for doing rams and tank shocks. It's up to you, but personally I would keep it as a transport vehicle because that is what it's designed for. In terms of units you should put in it, well, just about anything will go, really. Preferably units that need to be up close, so tank busters, burners, mega knobs, although mega knobs might be better off in a battle wagon due to its more resilient nature. Boys, of course, and they're the main units that can take it. I would possibly say with knobs as well, because they are, but as with mega knobs, they could probably do better with having a very resilient battle wagon. It's up to you, really. If you want to know more about the truck, make sure to go and check episode 3. Storm Boys. Rocket Boys. Now, these guys have got 3 points a model cheaper. So they're 45 points, 4-5. And they're the same stat line as an Ork Boy. Weapon skill 4, BS 2, strength 3, toughness 4, 1 wound, initiative 2, 2 attacks, leadership 7, 6 up save. And they are jump infantry, which is great. They have a slugger and chopper, so a bolt pistol and a close combat weapon. Stick bombs, which are basically assault grenades, and a rocket pack. Now, rocket packs are a buff to your movement that can also, well, backfire on you, as is Orks. So models with rocket packs are jump, as we've explained already, and if they all have rocket packs, i.e. it's all Stormboys plus Zagstruck perhaps, they can choose to use them to run 2d6 in the shooting phase instead of the normal d6, even if it used them in the movement phase, meaning that you can move 12 and then another 12, up to 12. If you do, though, every model must take a dangerous terrain test. This means that on a turn you call a war, your Stormboys have a theoretical 36-inch hit range, which is insane. And because of Here We Go, you probably don't need the jump pack to reroll your charges anyway, meaning that you are free to use them in the movement phase as you see fit. That's a really nice buff. It is dangerous. It's slightly more dangerous than it used to be in the fact that more models can die instead of just one. As in the old rocket packs, you just rolled d6 extra movement if you rolled a 1, a dude died. But I like it a lot. There Here We Go, Furious Charge and Mob Rule. As a result of Mob Rule, you will probably need the Boss Knob, who is a 10-point upgrade. For +1 strength, +1 wound, +1 initiative, and +1 attack, but no leadership buff. This is the one gripe I have with knobs and boss knobs. They're not leadership 8. If they were leadership 8, I'd really quite like it, but they're not. But the reason you want him in is so you have someone as a character for breaking heads. If you have Zagstruck in your squad, you might get away with this anyway. You can take up to 25 more Stormboys, meaning you have a full-size squad of 30, which will set you back 270 points, but, ouch, 30 Assault Marines with bolt pistol and chainsword, and you can understand how scary this lot are, only with more attacks, I think. The boss knob may take melee weapons. Big chopper normally will be fine, although if you want to, you can take a power claw, and you may take a boss pole. This is just to get it to breaking heads. If you're going for a huge squad, i.e. 20, 30, a boss pole will only help you 1 time out of 6. Otherwise, it doesn't really make a difference. So I don't think you need a boss pole if you're going greater than 15. If you're going less than 15, I think you should take a boss pole just to make sure you get to breaking heads in case your squad is too small or you're not in melee. Copters. Now, my Copters at the back are completely broken. They should be on flying bases, but the flying bases snapped, and I also I broke the rotors. Note to self, never glue flying bases and rotors on things like that. Anyway, Copters are 30 points each, and their weapon skill 4, BS 2, strength 3, toughness 5 with 2 wounds, initiative 2, 2 attacks, leadership 7, and a 4+ save. So they're relatively tanky, toughness 5 and a 4 up save and 2 wounds. They do lack an invuln, but that's okay, because most things can't actually instant kill them anyway. They are jet bikes, meaning they can jank to gain a 4+ cover save, and considering most of your weapons are twin-linked, you'll probably want to do this. Their armor, the twin-link big shooter, so twin-link, strength 5, AP 5, 18-inch range, assault 3, and a chopper for no particular reason. Here we go, which is nice, furious charge, hit and run, and scout and mob roll. Scout is one of my favourite things about them, because you can scout them forward and use them with the twin-link rocket launcher, which is a free swap to get up to 5 twin-link crack missiles up near your opponent's tank on turn 1, because a scout is a full move, and that's really nice. I like that. Hit and run is nice if you get bogged down in melee, which you really don't want to do, because they're not designed for it. You can include 4 more in a squad, 30 points each. Full-size squad therefore costs 150. Any Copter may replace the twin-link big shooter with a twin-link rocket launcher, my personal favourite loadout, for free, giving them a twin-linked 24-inch range crack missile, or a custom Mega Blaster, which is basically a plasma gun, an Assault 1, Strength 8 plasma gun. So 24-inch range, Strength 8, AB 2, Assault 1 gets hot. Problem is, you're not twin-linked, so your BS now is a big problem. Any Copter may be equipped with a Buzzsaw for 25 points. These are basically power claws. I don't particularly see the point in these unless you're running rockets and want to really kill tanks. Or a Big Bomb for 15 points. Now, Big Bombs were always kind of boring, so I'm going to see if they've got any better. So it's a bomb, strength 4 AP 5, large blast, 1 use only. So I think bomb means you have to fly over a unit and then drop the pie plate. It's basically a large blast frag missile, but it's AP 5. It's okay. It's nothing particularly special, but it could do some damage to light infantry like Tau Pathfinders, Eldar Guardians, Imperial Guardsmen. So it has some value, but against a lot of things it's kind of dead, and you do have to fly over stuff to do it. That's not a problem, though. You are probably going to move pretty quickly. So I think Copters are slightly better. I think they actually got a little bit cheaper, or they stayed the same, and the rocket launcher is now a free swap, one or the other. So I'm definitely happy with that. Yeah, they're kind of the same as they were, which was, for me, scouting rockets. But you can use them in any other way you wish as well. Then we come to flyers. Now, the Orks have got 3 flyers. They all sort of suck. So the first one is the Dakka Jet, my personal favourite. It's same profile as a truck. PS2, 10 all round, 3 hull points, but it costs 110 points. It's a flyer with 2 twin-linked super shooters. Now, super shooters are basically big shooters on steroids. For want of a better description, they are basically that. So, super shooter. Hang on. It's gone missing on me. Why are you going missing? Oh, here we go. 36-inch, strength 6, AP 4, assault 3. Yep, it's a big shooter on steroids. It gets +1 strength, a better AP, same range, same number of shots. That's always a good thing. I actually think I misquoted that big shooters are 18, it's actually 36. That's my mistake, sorry. So I really like that, and they are twin-linked, meaning you can get an absolute ton of shots. You have 6 twin-linked shots, meaning that you should hit probably at least 3 times, maybe 4 times if you get lucky. It's got Strafing Run, which is now a rulebook special rule, which I believe means you get +1 BS against ground targets. I'm not 100% sure what it actually is, but I think it's that. So against things like infantry, vehicles that aren't skimmers and such, it gets +1 ballistic skill, which would be really good if it did, because that's what it used to do. Supersonic, meaning, actually, supersonic used to be a rule that applied before flyers were introduced. I think it just allows it to go super fast, but I haven't actually seen supersonic. If someone could fill me in on that in the comments, I would greatly appreciate it. And then Warplane. During a turn in which War is called, each of these models assault weapons, i.e. the super shooters, fire 1 more shot, making them 4 shots each. ouch, this does a lot of damage. So if you need to kill off, if you're going into melee and you've got a flyer you need to kill, but because your Daka Jet can't go into melee, you could say, right, extra shots, woohoo! 4 twin link shots instead of 3, winning. So that's good. It may take a red paint job, allowing it to go an extra inch when it goes flat out, which seems like a pointless upgrade. An additional super shooter for 20 points, and it's twin linked as well, which is always good, and I fully recommend you pick that piece of war gear up. And may take a fly boss for 15 points. Now, what is a fly boss? Fly boss. A vehicle with a fly boss is BS3 when shooting at jet bikes, skimmers, flyers, or flying monster. Oh. This basically turns you from okay against other flyers to being a boss against other flyers, because now on your upgraded Daka Jet you can pack 9 twin link strength 6 BS3 shots, or 12 in the turn you call a war, meaning you are almost certain to put some hurt on a flyer, and that's really, really good. So against flying monster creatures you'll get loads of shots in. Against other flyers, yeah, not everything is actually, you can glance everything, so nothing I believe is armor 13, not even the Space Wolves trickery, but you will be glancing in a lot of cases. But I think a fly boss is a really nice piece of upgrade. So a fully upgraded Daka Jet with all the bells and whistles would cost 150. I don't see that needing a red paint job though. Burner Bomber, probably one of the most valuable pieces of things the Orks have got. It's basically a giant flamer launcher. So it's 115 points, same profile as a Daka Jet, and it's a flyer with a twin link big shooter, twin link super shooter, and 2 burner bombs, which are basically heavy flamer bombs from what I remember about them from the old one. Yeah, so strength 5 AP4, bomb, large blast, ignores cover, 1 use only. Yeah, it's a heavy flamer pie plate that's dropped like a bomb. Ouch. So if you are hiding in cover, Tau stealth suits, goodbye. Actually, no, Tau stealth suits have a 3+ save. Bad example. Eldar Rangers, gone. No need to worry about them anymore. Supersonic, Warplane, so again that big shooter will get an extra shot, and the super shooter will get an extra shot on the turn you call a war. And Grot Gunner, so when a model with this special rule fires a big shooter or twin link big shooter, these shots are BS3, so your big shooter is BS3. You cannot take a fly boss, so you do not get this for flyer killing, although you could do it in theory. Meant to go red paint job. Again, I don't know what red paint jobs really do on flyers, and may take up to 6 Scorcher missiles. Now, Scorcher missiles, I think, are kind of hilarious. Just got to find them again. There we go. So, 24-inch range, strength 5 AP4, heavy 1 blast, ignores cover. So they're heavy flamers, small blast, 1 use only, and you can get up to 6 of them for 10 points each. Meaning a fully kitted out burner bomber will actually cost you 180 points, which is on the same level as an Imperial Guard Vendetta. But it will put out so much hurt on that Imperial Guard army that I'm talking about that it's probably worth it, assuming you can get rid of the Vendetta by other conventional means, maybe via mech guns, which I'm covering in the next episode. So that's good, and I do think burner bombers have a lot of place, but they're AP4, so against Marines, they suck. Finally, the Blitzer Bomber, 135 points, same stat line again. Big shooter, not twin linked, twin linked super shooter, and 2 boom bombs. It also has a Grot Gunner, supersonic and Warplane, and may take a red paint job, which I've already talked about. The boom bombs, now boom bombs are weird. They really are, because they have, okay, so they are strength 7 AP2, bomb, large blast, armor bane, 1 use only. Fantastic. But every time you'd want to drop one, you roll a 2d6 and refer to the table when making a bombing run attack with a boom bomb. This is made after the blast is placed, but before you roll for scatter. So, you roll a 2d6. On a double 1, the flyer is wrecked and suffers a crash and burn with a large blast centered on the position occupied by the target model. So basically, how a boom bomb, Blitzer Bomber works is it literally just drops down and drops its bomb about this far off the ground. It is so close to the ground, meaning that it might crash. And on a double 1, you crash. So you crash and burn, which is awful. It sucks. On a 3, you get clipped him. So no bomb is dropped, so you get to keep your bomb, and the flyer making the attack and its target each take a strength 9 AP2 hit. All hits on the vehicle's side facing. So you get penned on a 2-up and you lose a whole point. and your opponent takes a strength 9 hit, meaning against the Russ, could do some damage on a front heavy vehicle with the weak side armor, might do some damage, but it's worse than dropping a strength 7 armor bane. Always is, and you'll probably die to it. 4 to 9, execute the run as normal, which is nice. You actually do something normal. On a 10 up, so 10 to 12, execute the run as normal, and then it may shoot any of its assault weapons at the target model's unit. So the super shooter and the big shooter can then fire at the target unit as well. All hits on the vehicle, on vehicles, so if you're dropping it on a Rust, say, hit the vehicle's rear armor, meaning that rear armor 10 is suddenly very, very exposed. Any unit that takes an unsaved wound from any of the attacks must take a pinning test, and it may shoot its assault weapons again in the shooting phase at a different target. So on a 10 up, you get a Strength 7 AP2 Armor Bane bomb. You then get 3 Twin Link Strength 6 AP4 shots, 3 Strength 5 AP5 shots, and then you can fire those shots again at something else. So it could be horrible, but Blitzer Bombers can do a ton of damage, and they are now actually AP2, meaning they can kill lots and lots of things. Space Marines, I'm looking at you. So Blitzer Bombers got a lot better because they used to be AP4, which rendered them... Oh, wait, hang on. Yeah. They've got so much better now, because they used to be AP4. So, big buff to them. Well done. I like Blitzer Bombers now. I still wouldn't take one. I prefer Dakka Jets because I need something to kill flyers. But, they are good. Finally, no, not finally, sorry. I think it's second to last. Yep, second to last is Warbikes. My favourite. So, they are basically Ork boys with toughness 5 and a 4 up save. So, 4, 2, 3, 5, 1, 2, 2, 7, 4 up. And you get 3 of them for 54 points, making them 18 points each. They have a Slugger and Chopper and a Warbike. So they have 4 up save, their bike, and they get +1 cover save when they turbo boost. Much worse than 4 up cover save all the time. That was a really nice rule. Here we go, Furious Charge and Mob Rule. As a result of Mob Rule, you will need this Boss Knob, who is 10 points, and you can take up to 12 more Warbikers for 18 points each. Meaning a full-size squad, 15 times 18, sorry, give me a moment, is 270 points. Boss Knob, kind of essential, may take melee weapons. I always love Power Claws, but big choppers will do you fine. And he may take a Boss Pole for 5 points. Do it, because your squad is generally not big enough, and to be fair, if you are breaking heads, they're generally AP nothing hits, so you can tank them being toughness 5 and 4 up saves. Warbikers pretty much stayed exactly the same. I think their points cost went down a tiny bit. So that's a good buff, and I think they'll be really, really useful as distractionary units and surprise Power Claw. Obviously, Warboss on Warbike can go with them, but they are better suited to Knob Bikers. Pain Boys in here, though, doesn't work. Big Mechs across the force fields, good though. But again, Knob Bikers are better suited to them, I'm afraid. Finally, War Buggies, 25 points each. And they are trucks with 2 hull points, so BS2, 10 all round, 2 HP. Shocking. And a War Buggy is armed with a twin-linked big shooter and has outflank, which is actually kind of cool. It may upgrade to a War Track for 5 points, so as it can reroll failed dangerous terrain tests because it is now tracked. Still has the same gun though, and the same stat line. And any War Buggy may be upgraded to a Scorcher for another 5 points, so 10 points, which swaps the twin-linked big shooter for a heavy flamer. So outflanking heavy flamers. Remember what I was saying about those Eldar Rangers? Yeah, they're gone, which is really, really good. Any War Buggy or War Track may replace its big shooter with a twin-link rocket for free. Surprise outflank tank rockets to the face, anyone? Nice. Any model may take any of the following. Red paint job, probably okay. Extra move with going flat out if you're not outflanking. Extra armor, pointless because you're not going to live through it, you'll just get glanced. Grot riggers, same thing, you're just going to get glanced to death by bolt guns, so they kind of suck. But a red paint job might be okay. Personally, I think Scorchers are the best way to go, but upgrading to War Tracks is probably a good idea, especially if you're planning on outflanking. The Scorcher is also tracked, so it can reroll failed dangerous terrain tests as well, which is critical, because you're probably going to have to get into cover. So, that's the fast attack section. In review, Ork trucks are transport vehicles, really. See episode 3 for my thoughts on those things. Storm Boys are brilliant now. They've got a little bit cheaper and they can go into huge squads and can do an absolute ton of damage to the face. I quite like them now, and they'll be an ultimate distraction Carnifex. Look at 1d4 chat to understand what distraction Carnifex is. Copters also got cheaper Basically stayed the same though. I'll use them in the same way, which is either outflanking because they have scout, or scouting forward to do rockets to the face. Dakka Jet, my flyer killer of choice unless I'm running mech guns. I'll have a look at those in the next episode. And a fly boss, I would say, is almost essential, and it's extra super shooter 2. Burner Bomber, great against anything that isn't a space marine. Blitzer Bomber, just flat out really, really good. Can't really do much to flyers, but holy god, those bombs pack a punch now at AP2 and Armor Bane. Warbikers, I'm biased, I think they're awesome, and they are now cheaper so they can do a bit of damage, but Knob Bikers outclass them in every way. They are very expensive though. Finally, War Buggies kind of suck. Best use is outflanking Scorchers or outflanking Rockets. So, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Leave a like if you did, and leave any comments down below. Next episode will, of course, be the heavy support, as well as my final thoughts on Codex Orks. Until next time, my name is Michael for Tactica Imperialis, and I will see you all again.